I'm Blythe, and I'm a fantasy and fantasy romance author, and I also do some of my own amateur character art that you're seeing right now. Last video, I talked about some of my basic world building, and I mentioned the great elven trees. These are trees that grow to the size of an island with a root mat that might stretch 50 miles across and has multiple supporting trunks along with the main trunks, and that's where they live. But this is closely tied into how the economics of the magic system work, because every living thing on the planet has a type of magic called anima, and things that are intelligent, humans, elves, Jaglin, the other intelligent races there, can use expressive anima to interact with the world. They can move physical objects, they can make it solid and attack somebody. There's multiple uses for it. But again, it's only available in living things. And that means you can actually take it from other living things. It's easiest to work with plants, but anima's limited by the size and the lifespan of whatever happened to produce it. So something that's large and long-lived has a lot more of it than something that's small and short-lived, which means these massive ancient trees have a huge amount of anima, and it's very usable. You don't need to be specially trained to use it. You just have to have it available. But only those trees have it in the amount that makes it worth harvesting and storing. And only the elves know how to do that, so it's bound to the tree and the wood from the tree, and it doesn't dissipate over time. And they guard that supply very carefully and trade with it in only very specific areas and use that to control how other communities deal with one another, because they have one of the most precious resources on earth, this easily available, usable wood that's imbued with magic that can be made into wands and staves and used for multiple different things. So on my elf here, the beads in his hair are carved from that wood, and so they're not just ornamental, they're basically an extra magical battery that he can carry around and use. And in the ones that it's wrapped around the hair, those are pearls that grew in oysters that live in the roots of the tree and also absorbed that same anima as they grew. So it's another specific form of magical battery that can be used to produce all the sorts of effects that anima can be used for. What it can be used for sort of depends on your training, but most elves will keep it as ornaments so they have it on hand whenever they need a little extra oomph.